Hello, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and this is episode 46 of my Billionaire Minecraft series where I will collect 1 billion iron ingots, gold ingots, diamonds, and emeralds using the All the Mods 6 mod pack in modded Minecraft 1.16. In today's episode, I am going to transport the compressed blocks of iron, gold, emeralds, and diamonds to my main base, and I have them stored here. They are accessible through this Emmy system that I built in the last episode as well. So let's get started building a system to actually get them over to my main base. So I have a bunch of stuff with me. Let's go ahead and unpack some stuff here. So first off, I'm going to need a lot of this high-speed rail. And so let's grab a bunch of this. I'm not sure how much I want to actually grab just yet. I have directional rails, and that's to make sure the minecarts will stay going in the same direction. And right now I need to grab some loaders, and then I need to grab some export buses. And I probably need some cards as well for those buses. So I have capacity cards and acceleration cards as well. So I'm also going to need some Emmy cables to set this up. So let's grab one of those, and then some of these. I don't have any facades with me, but that's not a big deal. So first off, let's go ahead and figure out how I'm going to lay my track here. And actually, I have other track I actually need to lay down first, and that would be the speed clamp rails. Because if I were to use high-speed rails, I don't think the loaders would be able to do anything. However, during testing, if I use speed clamp rails and have a minecart with a chest go past, it will be able to use the loader and unloaders. So I have this path here, and let's take a look at the map. My ore processing base is not actually very far away from my main base here. I do have a path already cut out, and I also need to claim all of this path right here, and then also chunk load it because these carts need to be operating when I'm not around physically. So yeah, this is the path that I'm going to use, but I need to figure out exactly how I want the minecart path to go through the building. So what I think I'm going to do is something like maybe let's go ahead and so obviously I'm going to be running this way, just parallel tracks here, but I found that you do need to slow your carts down from high speed before you can take turns. So let's go ahead and grab some regular track. I thought I had some I do. They're right here. So let's get rid of one of these stacks of the high-speed rails. So for the corners, we still need to use the regular rails. You cannot corner with the special rails there. But for around my unloading and loading centers, I'm going to use this speed clamp rail, and it might actually be better to do something like this because I have several corners I need to put in here. So I think I'm actually going to bring this over to right here and make the turn right here. We're going to go through the building here, and I'm not sure how far I need to go. I have calculated that I need to have 24 Minecraft loaders, and the reason is that when a minecart with a chest goes over or under, depending on if you're a loader or an unloader, it will be able to extract or add 8 parts per inventory slot. So the loader itself actually has 9 inventory slots, whereas a minecart with a chest has 27, if I remember right. And so the loader, actually, you know what? Let's just lay down the track and then figure out exactly how many or exactly where I need to put my loaders. But the reason why is essentially it's just there's a mathematical reason behind it, and let's see here. So this needs to be here, and basically. Shoot, I'm losing my train of thought as well as the train. So basically I want to have as much item transfer as possible with to fill up and then to empty the minecarts. And basically by having 24 loaders and 24 unloaders, that's going to be the optimal number so that I can fully fill the chests and then fully empty them on their trips. So we need 3 of these, and actually for symmetry's sake, I'm going to run that there. And then we can actually transition to the high-speed rails. These all do need redstone, and I'll show you that in just a second. So if I go over here, I do need to grab some redstone torches. I should have plenty in here. So let's actually move some things around. So I want torches here, maybe here. Basically on the corners just to make it look neatish. Okay, cool. And then from here on out, I just need like one between every so often. So that is cool. So all of this should be functional. So like I said, the speed clamp rail slows the minecart down a little bit. I'm not sure if it's actually faster than regular rail or not, but it does slow it down from the high-speed rail that I'm going to be using between the bases, obviously to get the minecarts to travel faster. But let's go ahead and start setting up the loaders. The loaders actually go above the speed or above the tracks here. So let's see how many tracks or how many rails we have over here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's actually exactly what I wanted to hear. So I just need to put these above. And I'm going to put them above the speed clamp rails. So basically, if I do 8 over here and then 8 more over there, that'll be my 24. So that's the plan right now. So that's, I don't even have to count because I can just look at the inventory. So I should have 8 left. Fantastic. And let's move over here. So now what I have to do is I have to get items into these loaders. So I'm going to be using export buses for that. And I think I'm just going to load from the top side. So let's go ahead and start placing these down. Oh my goodness. Actually, I know my frame rate is rather poor when I'm looking in this direction, but when I look in this direction, it's actually not bad at all. So sorry about the frame rate being probably pretty lousy right now. Pretty lousy for me as well. It's just because there's a lot going on at this base. This should be the last thing I build at this base though, so yeah, I won't have to worry about that poor frame rate much longer. So let's go ahead and I'm not going to connect everything up just yet. I'm going to lay down my covered cable to actually connect up my export buses, but I'm not going to connect them up to the Emmy controller just yet because I need my dense cable for that. So I actually have a controller over here, or I took my controller and I actually extended it upwards one. So in the last episode, I built this controller and I just extended it up through the floor. And so that's how this came about. So let's use the smart cable right here. And then let's grab dense cable. I'm not sure what the most efficient way to how to run this cable, but I think I'm just going to run it straight up and then maybe over like this. So yeah, that'll work because from there I can just use regular cable. I can drop it down from right here and that's connected up now. Now I can run this up and I think I should be able to just run it across. And now those are connected up and now I need to do the same thing basically over here. No, sorry about that. I need to get rid of that. So now what I have to do with the export buses is I actually need to tell them what to export into these guys. So let's find my elevators wherever they are. And let's go over to here and let's start grabbing some stuff. So I won't need anything except torches and high-speed rail until I get to my main base. I actually need to get rid of a few things here. Where did that go? My inventory. There it is. So let's get rid. I actually need these in just a second. Let's get rid of the Emmy conduits. That's what I can get rid of. I do want to actually add directional rails over there before I forget. But let's go ahead and grab basically one stack of all these. Cool. So what I'm going to do now is for all of these export buses, what I need to do is I need to add one capacity card and then 3 acceleration cards, and I'm going to export all 4 of these things. Sorry, I can't count. And I need to do that for all of these export buses. There are 23 more. I'm going to do that off camera, and once I have that done, I will be back. So it looks like I have all the export buses all set up, and let's take a look at the GUI of the loaders. So they actually offer plenty of different options so that you could set up a system to automatically stop minecarts underneath them very easily and then have the minecart move on after it was stopped. However, I chose not to go that route because I can just simply have the minecart pass through and it get loaded and unloaded on either side. and it should work fine. So I don't have to mess with anything in the GUI. As you can see, they are full of compressed blocks now because I have that set up. So I do want to install these directional rails here to make sure that the carts go in the right direction. So I'm going to do that right now, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to install them, say, right here and right here. So, sorry, Ethan's getting in the way now. So let's say I want to have this one go this way, and then this one will obviously go the other, or continue going that same direction, I guess. So this is going to be my loop. So right now what I need to do is I actually need to claim all these chunks, and I actually shouldn't need to claim these chunks. I just need to claim these chunks here, and I do need to chunk load all this. So I'm going to do that, and also I need to start laying down a bunch of track. This is going to be pretty tedious, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay track all along this, and basically 2 tracks beside each other here. And I'm going to do this all the way to my building over here, which I have set up. And once I have all that done, and I'm also going to chunk load all this as well. So once I have all that done, I will be right back. So I have my loop completed, except for the fact that I haven't built the part in this reception building yet. But let's go ahead and test that the loop is actually active like it should be, and that the minecart is going to be able to travel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this guy a bump, and he should be back soonish. So these high-speed rails do move the the carts rather quickly. So hopefully that'll be back rather shortly. I was kind of thinking it would be back by now. Maybe it fell off the track somewhere. Maybe I made a mistake. So that's nope, here it comes. So let's see, it should be full of stuff, and it is. So that's pretty fantastic. It's actually not completely full. I did set up, so basically what I did was I set up 8 of the loaders to have diamonds as their first thing in their export bus. I set up the next 8 to have emeralds, and then the next 8 to have gold. So that's kind of why you see a stripe of what's actually in this chest. I'm not actually sure why it came out with 7 stacks of emeralds versus only 5 stacks of gold. I know why it came out with more diamonds, and that's because I thought of my plan to actually only do 8 with the diamonds in the first export slot of the export buses, after I actually did the first 3 or 4. So anyways, it looks like it works. So that's cool. What I'm going to do is I'm going to push this guy out of the way. I'm actually not going to break him because he has items, and I don't want to do that just yet because I also have lots of items in my inventory. So let's go ahead and get the loop set up in this building. So I need the speed clamp rails, and I need the regular rails for the corners. So let's go ahead and work on this. I'm not sure exactly where I want to. I think over here maybe is going to be the place where I do that. So maybe if I do 8, 8, and 8 like I did in the other building, it'll be fine. So that's kind of what I'm going to be aiming towards here. So let's put the corner maybe right here. You know what? I probably don't need to have it that deep into the room, so let's do it there. And we'll just extend this around. And let's add some redstone torches. And let's kind of finish the loop over here. I actually need a few more of the speed clamp rails, it looks like. I don't need that many, but whatever. So here's the corner. And I just need to torch there, and everything should be active. And I did already add the directional rails here, so everything looks like it's in good shape. So if I were to go ahead and push this guy, you know what, I'm not going to do that because actually I need to install some unloaders, and I actually need to do that in the floor where I already have track placed. So let's grab the unloaders and let's put them there. So I need to figure out 8. Where I need to have my 8. So let's do, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's where my unloaders are going to be over here, where the 8 are going to be over here. So these actually need to be under the track, and obviously the track is going to be placed on top of it, so I need to place them here. And then I think 8 over here. So 1. Actually, yeah, I'm going to have to, you know, I still need that torch there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think that's 8. I'll double check it when I place down the unloaders. Oops. And the unloaders also have a nifty GUI. Oh, duh. Never mind. I'm putting this track over it. So that shouldn't be a big deal. And once again, let's put this track over this. And then over here, I need to do 8 more unloaders. Actually, it'd probably be quicker if I did it this way. I think that's 8. Could be mistaken about that. Okay, cool. So now I want to actually build an Emmy system down below. So let's get on that. So these unloaders here, and actually I left my stuff up here. So let's grab, you know what, let's just grab the whole thing, because I'm going to need several things from here. And let's just plop it down over here. I think the Emmy system, let's put it on this back wall here. So let's grab, I have blue cable for this one. I will need acceleration cards. I don't need that stone for right now. And this is going to be pretty much a simple Emmy system like I have set up before, with just basically a terminal, Emmy drive, and a bunch of import buses is what's going to be the function of this particular Emmy system. Let's get rid of our tracks. I don't think I need any more tracks. I've laid it all down. Let's kind of reorganize things. I don't need any redstone torches either. And I do need some black hole units. I need 4 for right now. Okay, so I kind of think that's everything. So let's go ahead and set up the controller under... Actually, no, it'll be better if I do it up above. So if I do something like right here, that might work best. Yeah, sure. And actually, I will need energy to this, so... Where's my energy conduit? Is it underground here? Or does it even extend this way? It might not even extend this way, to be honest. You know what? I do have it right here, so that's cool. Let me grab a faster pickaxe just to make things better here. So I have a new pickaxe that I made between episodes, and I also have a new sword I made between episodes, and it's ungodly good. I didn't realize silent gear plus all the modium alloys are so good, but so that's what I made a new pickaxe and a new sword with. I might go over that in a future episode where I actually use the sword, but for right now, I just want to grab a pickaxe to go really, really fast because I need to run some energy conduit this way. So I think just to here is good. I love this pickaxe. So actually, let me grab some universal cable here. And let's get rid of those torches for right now. And I just need to connect this up to the new Emmy system I'm building, or the new Emmy controller rather. And I'm not... You know what? I think I'm just going to run it into the building from the underside and then just run it straight up from right here. Yeah, it's not going to be super pretty either way, but whatever. This will work. Okay, there we go. We have power to the system. And I can worry about covering this up later. I'm not going to worry about that right now. I am going to leave a hole in the wall here to remind myself to get to that later. But for right now, I just need to set up import buses on all of these unloaders here. So let's get to that. So I'm going to add acceleration cards to all of these guys. So first off, let's actually just hook it up to the system. Let's actually build the rest of the system, rather. So... yeah, since I actually did it from the underside, this is going to be kind of an awkward system here, but it should be fine. So I'm going to run just regular cable up to here. I'm going to have a smart cable here, and I'm going to put my terminal right here with the two storage cells in here. And then I just need to connect up all of these buses. And I need to figure out what the best way to do that is going to be. I think maybe just run this across the room like so. And then I can use my non-dense cable to connect up these guys. And it'll be actually not too difficult to route all this. Okay, so there we go, and that should be something like 25 channels. It's 26, never mind, because this is 1 and 2. So over here, I'm actually going to use this space for my Supreme Black Hole units. And I need 4 of these for this step of the process. So actually, let's move this just real quick. And I do need to put storage buses on these guys. So I'm going to do boom, 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 boom. And each one is going to be a compressed block. And I'm going to set these to positive priorities here. So the first one's gold, this one's iron. This one can be diamonds. And this one can be emeralds. So let's do that. And then let's connect it up to the system. And then lastly, what I need to do is I need to add acceleration cards to all of these guys over here. And actually, let's make sure that these storage buses are working by just doing this. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that last one. But there we go. It looks like everything is working as intended. So now what I need to do is I need to add import buses to, or not import buses, acceleration cards to all my import buses. And that's going to take just a minute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this off camera. And once I have all of these acceleration cards added, I will be right back. So my Emmy system is fully operational at this point, and let's go ahead and test this out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to knock this cart back onto the track, and it should start to circulate. So let's go ahead and make sure that we knock it in the right direction here. Not that it should matter because we have these directional rails to keep it in line. So let's go ahead and get that guy going. So as we can see, it does travel rather slowly around this, but once it gets to the high-speed rail, it goes. So I do want to add more of these minecarts to the system, but I do want to see if it imported everything, and it does look like it did. So let's pop up here and let's watch this thing go. So it should be back relatively soon. As we can see, it is slowly moving, and we are getting more stuff in the system. So that's cool. And I do want to make sure that these drives are not acquiring anything, and it looks like that is good. So let's go ahead and start popping more of these guys on here, because that's the whole point of the system, is that I can use a lot of these mine cards here. And hopefully I don't flood it too much, but it should operate with lots of these things. There shouldn't be any reason why it can't have lots of them. But as we can see, I'm getting lots and lots of stuff here. And pretty soon those minecarts I just released should be back around, and we should see these numbers go up quite rapidly. So there we go. We are getting quite a bit of throughput here. So that is pretty cool. At some point I will add more minecarts, but for right now it's not too big of a deal. And I'm not sure the best way to find out the optimum number of minecarts, to be honest. Mobs being on the track also might be a problem at some point. Hopefully not too much. But yeah, this looks really cool. So awesome. So there is one more step in the process, and that is to get the blocks here into non-block form. And I want them to be uncompressed, essentially. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically do the opposite of what I did in the last episode with these sequential fabricators. And I must have just left them in my regular system here. Oh no, I didn't even build them. Whoops. So this shouldn't take but just a second. I'm going to build just 16 real fast. And like I said, not but just a second. I will need some energy here, so let's grab some universal cable. And I'm basically going to be doing the opposite of what I did before. So do I actually have red prints? Nope, I completely forgot about this part of the operation. But thankfully I'm at my main base, so I can grab everything I need from the Emmy system. So I think I'm going to start over here. And let's set down the first one. And let's tell it to be input from the top and then output to the left, right, and back. And we do not want that to be auto output. So let's go ahead and grab our red print here. Let's clear it, and then let's duplicate that. Put it in the offhand, and then I need to set down some more sequential fabricators. So that should be good. And now I need to set down other sequential fabricators, which will take the uncompressed blocks, because if we take, I'm sorry, let me grab just one of these guys here. If I take one of these blocks and uncompress it once, it becomes a block of iron, and then I'm going to turn that block of iron into iron ingots. Actually, I probably shouldn't have done that. So let's grab one more. So the recipe for, say, this one is going to be this right here. I'm just going to click on that, and then I need to uncompress that. So what we're going to do is have, I actually need to tune this to be different. It's going to be input in the back, and it's going to be, let's say, output to the top with auto output enabled. So now I need to duplicate this one. So let's go ahead and clear that, and then duplicate that, put it in the offhand, and set down more sequential fabricators. Sorry about that. Going haywire here. So let's actually just do these back ones first. Then I can do the ones on the side. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I need to grab some export buses, and I don't think I have any with me. So let's grab 4 export buses. Cool. And I do want some acceleration cards here. I want 4 for each. So let's grab some acceleration cards. Fantastic. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to export into the inputs here for all of these guys. And for each one, it's going to be a different block. So let me grab one of each. So I already have the compressed block of iron. I just need 1 compressed block of gold, 1 compressed block of emerald, and 1 compressed block of diamonds. So this one right here is going to be the iron, because I've already set this up. This one can be the gold. And let's set that up. This one can be the emerald. And then this one can be the diamond. Okay, so let's get to work on actually getting that export set up. So what's the best way to do this? So the best way to do this is to undo some of what I already have, to be honest. Yeah, I kind of did this a little bit wonky, and I wish I would have done this a little bit differently here. So the easiest way might actually be use white cable over here. So we're going to do that. Because I can't use blue cable, I can't really get dense blue cable past here unless I use quartz fiber. I don't have any quartz fiber with me, so I'm not going to worry about it. So let's, and actually I don't even need the dense cable, I just need regular cable. So yeah. And I can't offshoot these cables here because they're already saturated with the 8 channels. So yeah, I can't do that. So yeah, this is why I'm going to do this, which doesn't look right, but it'll work. And then basically I just need to drop it down for the export buses. Nope, come on. There we go. So let's actually just do that, and then I need more white covered cable apparently. That shouldn't take but just a second to make enough. Cool. And then here, I think here and here. Fantastic, that all should be active. I do need to get them power, so let's work on that. I have power over here. So let's grab this. I probably shouldn't have got rid of my quick pickaxe there, but that's okay. So I can just run it over from basically anywhere. And you know what? I am going to grab a different pickaxe just to be quicker. Yeah, that's more like it. So let's see here. I need to clear out this. And then I'm just basically going to go too far and then repair once I figure out exactly where. Too far is too far. Okay, so once I install all of the energy conduit, all these guys will have power. Oh, shoot. The thing to do would probably be to do something like this. Okay, that should be everything except for the ones that I need to squeak back there. I think that one's already done. Yeah, it is. So they don't have power yet because I haven't given them power. I haven't connected it up yet. But they all should have power, I think. Unless I missed one, and it's quite possible. Hopefully I didn't. In the future, I do need to speed these machines up, but let's go ahead and cover up the floor here because it's really annoying to have it busted open like this. Yep, that pickaxe is just a little OP. So I probably, yeah, I definitely have a hole over here. Might have holes back here. Okay, so the next thing I need to do is I need to actually set up recipes for the rest of the sequential fabricators. And that is going to be involving these here. So let's go ahead and dump the compressed blocks that I don't need. Let's get rid of some blocks that I also still don't need. And then let's set up these other fabricators here. So their recipes are going to be super simple. It's just uncompressing these guys. Okay, so that's cool. Let's grab the... why did this guy stop? Oh, because I don't have any more iron over here. Derp. I saw that this one was full and I was like, why isn't this doing anything? It's because it doesn't have any iron to uncompress. Interesting. Why is this not getting anything just yet? It's because I'm doing the wrong thing. Oops. And did I do the same thing over here? I probably did. Yep, absolutely did. My bad. So what I need to actually do over here is, on these sequential fabricators, I need to have the recipe with the regular block of iron here. And let's throw those in so it can get to work. So this is just regular block of gold. Sorry about that. I'm sure about 50 of you guys were screaming at me that, hey, you have the wrong thing there. Oh, and I have the wrong thing there again. Oh my. Okay, so we just need to set up these, and then I have one more set to do. Cool. And then that would be the diamonds here. And then I need to upgrade these guys. Okay, cool. Okay, so the next thing is I want to upgrade all these, so let's, and actually I need to get more of this stuff, so that's not a problem. Let's go ahead and put some of the compressed blocks back in here. Actually, you know what? These can go in my main Emmy system, the just regular blocks here. The compressed blocks can actually go back in this Emmy system. And as you can see, we're actually getting quite a bit of good throughput. I already have 200,000 blocks of diamonds over here, or compressed blocks of diamonds. So that's really, really cool. Let's see if I have any more. Let's actually get rid of this. Let's get rid of that. Let's see if we have the resonant integral components yet. Cool. And I do need some of these upgrades as well. So I have 16 machines and I need to put 3 of these in each, so that's 48. Minus 12 would be 36. So what I'm going to do with each one of these machines is I'm going to add the resonant integral components, and then I'm going to add, whoops, and I actually need to be more careful about that. And then I'm going to add the flux linkage amplifiers just to make these machines a lot quicker. And you might actually be able to see it if I do it like on a machine that's actually doing something right now. Oh, no, it's not because it doesn't have anywhere to output. So anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm going to upgrade all of the sequential fabricators to be like this. And once I'm done with that, I will be right back. So the last step in the operation is actually to get all of these gold ingots, diamonds, emeralds, and iron ingots into my main Emmy system. So how I'm going to do that is I'm going to have import buses on the top of all of these machines here. So let's go ahead and plug those in. And then I need to find a way to connect them up to my main Emmy system. Luckily, my main Emmy system is not very far away. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run purple cable from all the way over here, my main Emmy controller. And let's grab the dense variant of this cable, and I'm going to run it this way. And actually I need to cover that up. But anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop it down and run it through here. And I'm just going to run it across the top of the ceiling here. And right here I can move it back up. And let's just move it. Actually, you know what? Let's not do that. Because I'll need to move it down again. So it's kind of pointless to do. Let's just bring this across the room. And it might be beneficial actually just to run it something like that. So what I need to do now is connect up my import buses here to this system. So I can simply do something like this for these. For these over here, I have what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, I can do a single strand to do this over here. Might be easiest just to actually not do that. No, I still need that one, but I need to route this one from over here and do something like this. It's gonna look a little bit weird, but it should work just fine. It's gonna be a little octopus-like, I guess. So this needs to be ran kind of in the same way to get these two over here. And actually I can just do something like that, and that's fine. So all of these should be active here in just a second. Unless I missed something, and I don't think I did. Yeah, it looks like I have a straight connection there. Okay, there we go. It shows 12 channels. That is what it should be showing, so that's cool. Let's go ahead and block that up while I'm thinking about it. Let's block this up, and let's see if these guys are active now. They're not, because these are not very fast just yet, so actually I don't need to do that. Cool, so I just need to add acceleration cards to these import buses to make them plenty fast. I can do that super quick. And then the system should be at full tilt. In between episodes, I will probably need to add more of the sequential fabricators, basically duplicating the system a couple times across this room here, and that'll give me the throughput I need. But if I take a look in here, let's take a look at the iron ingots, for example. Actually, that's a bad example because my iron system is not really active right now. Let's take a look at the gold ingots, for example. Okay, so we can see that it is going up rather rapidly, and that is solely through this system that I just set up right here. The 4 sequential fabricators behind me are responsible for all of this gold, as I don't think I have any gold processing over here. You know what, take that back. I think I have 1 redstone furnace going, but the vast majority of what you're seeing right here is through these 4 sequential fabricators that I'm highlighting in the background. So that's pretty cool. If I duplicate this a few more times to match the series of 3 I have over at my loading area, this will work rather well. So that is cool. I think this is a completed build. It is, I think, a rather neat way of getting things from my other base to my main base here. It's definitely a little more difficult than I could have had it. I could have just used like inner chests or something. Or I could have just left all of the items in black hole units and just carried the black hole units over here manually. But I feel like this is a cooler way of doing things. So in today's episode, I set up this rail system here to load and then unload compressed items over, compressed blocks over here. And then basically I built an unpacking center over here. And so now all of these ingots and things are going into my main system. So as we can see, diamonds, for example, I only had 190,000. As we can see, that number is exploding. So that is really, really cool to see. It's cool to see that the system is active and functioning like it should be. I will probably add more minecarts between episodes just to get more block throughput between the 2 bases. And as you can see, there are plenty of spaces between the minecarts to add more. So that's going to be cool. So if you enjoyed today's episode, definitely consider giving me a like down below, and if you enjoy watching automation in modern Minecraft, definitely consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. If there's anything I could have done better or differently, definitely let me know down in the comments below, as I do read all the comments, Anyways, signing off, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and I will see you next time.